Hello, my name is Joshua Wichterich, and I am a children's book illustrator. I'm an author and I'm an artist, and I've been doing that since I was a little kid. But today I thought I would do something really special. I've never done this before. This is the first time I'm doing this. I like to read one of the children's books I recently illustrated and had published for you. And I'd like eventually to do it live or something like that, for all the kids and whoever would like to watch, to listen and look at the illustrations. And but the only way to do that is to actually intervene with my post, so the algorithm will catch it, and so it'd get out there by sharing and commenting and things like that. But until then, I'm going to do this first video, and I'm going to read Stitches for Kindness, written by Carissa Lovvorn and illustrated by myself. This is actually the third book in the Sharing Sisters saga, and it's about two little girls who are inspired by Carissa's two children. They're very loving, very caring and sharing and kind, and it's about going through from 2020, the pandemic of COVID and everything, and their adventure of helping one another and loving one another and doing as Jesus would do in these tough times. And not that these books are about, but this third book is called Stitches for Kindness, and I illustrated it and I designed it. So, all these details from the interior and the way it flows, and, even cool things like the spine and the back, I did. And with collaborating with Carissa, and it's always a fun experience. And what I do is I'm a traditional illustrator artist, so I do it all by hand. These are actually the originals. I do it by hand. I'll sketch it first on mixed media paper or watercolor paper. I'll get it together. I'll show the author the images, and I'll get them approved, and then I'll paint them and then ink them. And then I'll just go in digitally and clean it up and add little tweaks here and make them sparkle. But anyways, I'm gonna read this book. It's called Stitches for Kindness, written by Carissa Lovvorn and illustrated by Joshua Wichterich. This book is dedicated to those who suffered great loss during the time of uncertainty. As the days grew colder and with the harvest season over, the Sharing Sisters put away their wings. They began to grow somber as they started to ponder all the COVID-canceled things. And if you notice on the page with the text, there's something right there. It's a red string, but if you follow it, it kind of gives away a little story. Mama said, God hears our prayers and sees our tears and holds us in his heart. He will provide a new mission with a clear vision and then show us where to start. As they drove to town that day, they saw a man on the way, standing by the edge of the road. His clothes were tattered, his eyes looked shattered, because he carried such a heavy load. A cardboard sign that read, "I need to be fed," was held with hands that were red from the cold. With worried looks on their faces, the girls called on God's graces, and his answers can be ever so bold. Mama said, "My girls, don't fret, we'll make this right yet. Let's go find him food and a stitch of clothes." Oh, these characters are obviously inspired by, that's Carissa Lovvorn and her two girls. It's the illustration of them. With their lists in their hands, they checked out every brand and said, "Yes, we will take some of those." They packed gloves and hats and a variety of snacks, and then added some cards that were made with love. The girls were delighted and oh so excited as they sent their prayers to the Lord up above. Without a trace of a frown, the girls wore their crowns, and as they headed to a place built for warmth. Actually read that wrong. It was as they headed to a place built with warmth. I'm not editing this video, so y'all are gonna get what you get. There they found that lonely man who reached out his hand and carried out what God had set forth. Mama said, "My dear children, you must listen. We have a duty to help those in need." And that's very important because in today's world, everybody gets a little nervous and scared. But sometimes, you know, we have to push through that and, with God and prayer and faith and just go for it. If we each do our part and give with all our hearts, God's love will forever succeed. And the king will answer them, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me." Matthew 25:40. It's a beautiful book. So it's Stitches for Kindness, and usually on each book I'll do like a theme. I'm big on themes. A theme of color, a theme of images, and to make it stand out on its own. Each of Carissa's books, I did each theme differently. One, you know, I just picked a color palette, a color scheme, and went with it. And this book, we talked about it being published closer to the holidays. I worked on this over the summer, and you know, Carissa was like, "It's just way too hot to even try to even get this book out." So we kind of, you know, I kind of took my time with it to just have it ready for the holidays. But I knew that this wasn't a Christmas book. I mean, so I figured we can do a theme. Obviously, it's winter themed. You'll notice there's hearts all around. The book's about love, there's hearts. So you kind of would think, it's in the winter. I guess it's around Valentine's Day, you know, there's hearts. So I threw that in there, but I also gave it some, you know, we have some plaid going on. We have a lot of reds. Gives you a little holiday feel to it, winter feel, cozy feel. And that's what I did for this book. This book's really nice. It's hardcover. It's lovingly and nicely put together. You can find Carissa at www.carissalovvorn.com. Let me get the website for you. You see that? CarissaLovvorn.com. And she has her books on there. These books you can also get on Amazon. I'm sure in a lot of online stores. I believe she has it on there. We did coloring pages. I believe she has her coloring pages on there as well for you to download and for your child to color. Sharing Sisters, sorry. Also, the first book is called Seeds for Sharing. That's also on there. And the second book is Lemons for Blessings. Forgive me, I cannot find it. It's somewhere I have a pile of books everywhere. But it's called Lemons for Blessings. It's also another really beautiful book. That one, the guest in there is Dad. So the second one, Dad, and third one's Mom. I believe the first one's Mom. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful storyline. So that's it. Like I said, I'd like to do this more often. Maybe do it live or something. Schedule something eventually. But first, it's gotta catch. You know, I'm not gonna do it live if nobody's gonna be there. But anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Go check that book out and go get it for your kids for library, school, home library. Just a gift. It's a great gift. Christmas, whatever, birthday. And just keep your kids reading and creative and drawing and using their minds. I mean, today we're so stimulated by technology. It's hard to just do something traditional sometimes. I think it'd be great to get a traditional book and just read it, flip through it with your hands and show pictures and point out the words and let them read it and follow along. But anyways, that's that, and I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a blessed day, blessed week.